These homemade cinnamon rolls are so delicious. We love them for breakfast and even dessert. I've worked on this recipe for a while now. I think I finally perfected it, but you guys will have to try them and let me know. So in your stand mixer, take 1 cup of warm milk, 1 pack of instant dry yeast, a half a cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, and a 1/3 cup of softened butter. Mix that and then add in 4 cups of flour. Mix it until that flour is just barely combined. Stop your mixer and let it sit for a couple of minutes. Switch to your dough hook and let it knead your dough for 5 more minutes. Place this in a greased bowl, cover it, and let it rise until it has doubled in size. This usually takes 1 to 2 hours. Here's what your dough will look like. It should be tacky but not sticky. Roll this out and then you're going to make your filling, which is a half a cup of butter, 1 cup of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. I melted my butter a little bit too much here. Usually I like it to just be soft. Oftentimes I will double this filling recipe. It is my favorite part of the cinnamon roll, so the more the merrier in my opinion. Roll this up and then cut these into 1 to 2 inch slices. Place them in a greased baking dish and let them rise 30 more minutes. Cover them and you can stop here and place these in your fridge overnight, or you can go ahead and bake them at 375 for 20 minutes. Frost these and then serve them while they are warm. They are best with a glass of milk in my opinion. You guys have to try these and let me know. Here's the recipe. Don't forget to screenshot.
You always let your emotions get in the way. That's the problem with you, Lorelai. You don't think.
Mom, please.
He's just a man, Lorelai.
No, he's not.
Oh, so what are you telling me? That this was all worth it because he was the love of your life, that this was the man for you?
I don't know. He might have been. Excuse me.
If you go down in the woods today, you're sure of a...
You always let your emotions get in the way. That's the problem with you, Lorelai. You don't think.
Mom, please.
He's just a man, Lorelai.
No, he's not.
Oh, so what are you telling me? That this was all worth it because he was the love of your life, that this was the man for you?
I don't know. He might have been. Excuse me.
I'm telling you, you're going to love these blondies. They're made in 1 bowl, no mixer required, and just 8 ingredients. You're going to start by whisking together 3/4 cups of melted butter, a cup of light brown sugar, and half a cup of white sugar. Whisk those together until it forms sort of like a paste that pulls away from the sides of the bowl. Next, we're going to add 2 eggs. Scoop that shell out of there. A tablespoon of vanilla extract. Now we just add half a teaspoon of salt and 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Mix those together, then add in half a cup of chopped dark chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, or chocolate chips. Next, we're going to pour the batter into a baking pan and add some extra chocolate on top for those gooey puddles. Then bake, slice, and enjoy. These are one of my most popular recipes for a reason, so let me know what you think.
You always let your emotions get in the way. That's the problem with you, Lorelai. You don't think.
Mom, please.
He's just a man, Lorelai.
No, he's not.
Oh, so what are you telling me? That this was all worth it because he was the love of your life, that this was the man for you?
I don't know. He might have been. Excuse me.
You always let your emotions get in the way. That's the problem with you, Lorelai. You don't think.
Mom, please.
He's just a...
I mean, what about friends of your grandmother's? Wouldn't they have the recipe?
Well, you know, I may have relatives in France who would know. My grandmother said she got the recipe from her grandmother, Nestlé Toulouse.
What was her name?
Nestlé Toulouse.
Nestle Toll House?
You Americans always butcher the French language.
Phoebe, is this the recipe?
Warm, pillowy, soft dough piled on with powdered sugar sounds pretty good to me, and I have the easiest recipe for you so you can make it at home yourself. Let's get into it. First, we combine our yeast and our water. Cover that and let it rest for 10 minutes, and then we're going to add our milk, sugar, vanilla, egg, and our melted butter. Stir that. Then we're going to throw in all our flour and give it a good little fold in. Dump the dough onto a floured surface. I'm going to knead it for around 5 minutes, and then I'm going to put it in an oiled bowl and let it rest until it doubles in sizes, about 1 hour. Then we're going to roll it out until it's 1/4 inch thick to 1/3 inch thick, and we're going to cut it into squares or rectangles, whatever shape you like, and let it rest for 10 minutes. Then we're going to fry it on each side until it's golden brown, like this color right here, right now. Put all of them in a bowl, and I dust it with a bunch of powdered sugar. The more sugar, the better. Enjoy.
I would not recommend making these blondies for anyone, because once you do, they won't stop asking for the recipe. 1 stick melted butter, 1 cup brown sugar, ½ cup white sugar. Cream it together till it gets super pale and fluffy. Plop in 2 eggs and a little more vanilla than you should. Add in 1½ cups of flour, a ½ teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Honestly, the hardest part of this recipe is just not eating the batter before you bake it. Can't forget the chocolate chips. Mix it together and plop it into a square baking dish. Bake at 350 till it's nice and golden. Look at that shiny, crispy top. There you have gooey, delicious, easy blondies. These are the best. I will never stop making these. Instant crowd pleaser, and it's too easy. The easiest, best dessert ever.
Baking shit I've never baked before to prove that baking is easy, today we're making eclairs. Nearly every website I checked claimed that eclairs are one of the hardest things to bake. With my ego still high on life from the macaron video, I knew I had to try this. Not only do I not bake, but I also don't own any fancy equipment like a stand mixer, so I'm doing this all by hand just to embarrass bakers a little bit more. The only flaw today was that the parchment paper burned in the oven, which I didn't even know was possible, but that's not my fault. Nonetheless, the pastry turned out incredible with a big gaping hole in the middle for me to pipe up. And don't even think I'm using store-bought custard. I'm making sure all the bakers around the world fear my name, so this is all homemade. I top these off with some chocolate glaze, and holy guacamole, are they perfect. Once again, baking eats shit. I am a god and my ego
You don't think.
Please.
He's just a man, Lorelai. Oh, so what are you telling me? That this was all worth it because he was the love of your life, that this was the man for you?
no.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Lately I'm making stuffed cookies, and these are exactly what they look like, lava cake cookies. These are probably one of my favorites because if you've been on my page before, you would know I love chocolate. Everyone has seemed to absolutely love my stuffed cookies lately, so if anyone has any ideas, just comment them below. Anyways, as always, the recipe is on my website, linked in my bio with full instructions, and the recipe is always in cups and grams.
You always let your emotions get in the way. That's the problem with you, Lorelai. You don't think.
Mom, please.
He's just a man, Lorelai.
No, he's not.
Oh, so what are you telling me? That this was all worth...
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, ever, ever.
And he's perfect, and he smells really good. He smells really good, and he looks amazing. I am stupid. I said thank you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You said thank you?
When he kissed me. Wait, he kissed you again? What, is he just out of prison or something? No, not now. Yesterday, at the store.
Oh, all right. Strike the prison comment. So wait, he kissed you, and you said thank you?
Yes.
Well, that was very polite.
No, it was stupid. And I don't know what I'm doing here. You're sitting in the kitchen. What kind of chaperone are you?
Me? I'm not trying to be a chaperone. I'm trying to be a girlfriend.